Hello everyone, welcome to the Euro Watch Collector channel and thank you for tuning in. So this is a state of the collection video. So we are in February 2021 and I just want to show you my current collection and then also discuss what are the watches I'm planning to buy this year or maybe next year just to add to the collection. So I've kept the watches in chronological order starting from left to right based on their purchase date. So the Batman here, which is a Rolex GMT Master 2, was the first watch in this current collection which I purchased in 2018. I absolutely love this watch, the black and blue. This was the first watch I fell in love with when I got into watch collection. This was the first watch I saw. I saw it on someone's wrist, and that's when I really got interested in luxury watches. So I absolutely love this watch. I've got a separate video for this watch as well to showcase how the complication works and all the features, and I would highly recommend if you are interested in understanding how the complication works, please have a look at that watch. But I love this watch. It's one of my favorite watches. I wear it quite often, and it's also quite handy watch when it comes to if you're traveling a lot. The GMT function helps out a lot. The second one after this watch, I bought the Batman in 2018 October, I believe. And then in 2019 October, I bought this Datejust 41. Again, I love the color combination of this watch. I used to have a Datejust 41 with blue dial, and I just disposed that watch and I got this one instead because I absolutely love this gray and the green combination. It's also known as the Wimbledon dial, and that's primarily because of the colors, the green colors of the Wimbledon tennis tournament. But I absolutely love this watch. The color combination, the Jubilee, the fluted bezel, and the Oyster bracelet. I absolutely love this watch. It's a very comfortable watch as well. It's very thin. It's very sleek. It goes under any cuff very easily, and it's a perfect case size. I think with the current trend where people prefer bigger and bigger watches, I think this 41mm with the case dimension is just perfect. So I absolutely love this watch as well. I wear it quite often, especially if I'm going to some formal event. I would put this on. The Batman is something I wear more casually, but the Datejust is something that I wear more formally. And third one I have here is the Hulk. I got this in November 2019, and again, I was when I got into watch collection. This was one of my first favorite watches, and ever since I got into the watch collection game, I wanted this watch, and it took me almost a year, just under maybe over a year to get this watch, because the supply and demand situation was just really complicated. It's very difficult, as I'm sure all of you are already aware. This watch has now been discontinued. It's been replaced by the new Kermit. Some people call it the Kermit, some people call it the Starbucks. But it's primarily, that's because it has the same bezel as the Hulk, which is the green bezel. But the inside dial, this is green, that one is black. So, and I personally love this color combination, the green bezel and the green dial. And the sunburst dial, when the light strikes the dial, is just absolutely phenomenal. And so yeah, I love this watch. I wear it quite often. Whenever I'm going out more casually, I normally put this on, or the Batman. It's a close between both of these two watches, but I love this watch. The next one that I purchased was the Pepsi. I got this in July 2020, and this was a complete surprise. My AD just rang me randomly one day and said that, do you want the Pepsi? And I was like, really, is that a trick question? So yeah, so I got this. I've had this for 7 or 8 months now, roughly. And I absolutely love this watch. The best thing about this watch is that it's a very sporty watch because of the bezel and the dial and everything. But the bracelet adds more character to this watch. The Jubilee bracelet makes it a bit more dressy, which is why I think it's more versatile compared to the other three watches, compared to the Hulk, the Batman, and the Datejust. This watch is still in production, so if you want to get it, you can still get it from your AD. But the Hulk and the Batman have both been discontinued. The Batman has now been replaced by the Batgirl, some people call it, because it also comes on the Jubilee bracelet. It's essentially the same watch as the Pepsi, but with a black and blue bezel. And the GMT hand is also blue in color. And I personally prefer the Batman because of the Oyster bracelet. I just love the Oyster bracelet. The only watch that I think that works with the Jubilee bracelet is this Pepsi. And it's because of the red and blue color. I think there's something about the red and blue color. It goes very well with the Jubilee. And I absolutely love this watch. It gets a lot of wrist time from me. I think if I had to pick the watch that get the most amount of wrist time at the moment, is probably going to be the Hulk, and the Jubilee and the Pepsi would be a very close second. And the next one is the 41mm Oyster Perpetual. So this is a new release from Rolex. It was released in September 2020. I managed to get this towards the end of, I think it was around the 14th or 15th of February of 21. And this particular version comes in the turquoise color. And I personally think that this is the best color combination on this watch. It comes in 4 or 5 different color options, but I personally love this turquoise color the most. It's also known as the Tiffany dial. That's because the colors match the Tiffany & Co colors. Currently, I'm still in the honeymoon period with this watch because I've only had it for a couple of weeks. And so if I was to pick one watch that I'm wearing the most right now, it has to be this one. And that's primarily because of the honeymoon period. But that doesn't mean that I like this watch the most. Like I mentioned before, my favorite one is the Hulk. And then a close second is the Pepsi. And then you have the Batman. And then after the Batman is probably the Datejust. So this is probably the watch I like, my least preferred watch, but at the moment it's getting the most amount of wrist time. So guys, this is the current state of the collection. Please leave any questions or comments. I love reading your comments, so please leave any comments or any questions you have and I will respond. Please also let me know, what do you think I should buy next? I'm in the market for a chronograph. I think I really need a chronograph in my collection. I'm looking at Omega Speedmaster. I'm also looking at some APs. So please leave your comments. I love reading your comments, and let me know what do you think I should buy next. Thank you.